Okay, so Dheeraj, let's proceed ahead with your snap mock for post of deputy manager in State Bank of India network operations. We are going for. So we start with the brief introduction from your side in Hindi or in English, any language.
So English will be good because my meetings happens in English only.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm Dheeraj Nagar. I'm from Rajasthan, Kota. So I've done my BTech in 2015, and after that I appeared for the MTech. So I've done my MTech from Delhi Technological University in 2019, and after that I started my job in DevOps field. So it's been like 5.5 years. I'm working in the DevOps field, and I've joined two companies. In the previous company, I've served for like 3 years, and after that, I joined a new company where it's been like 2.5 years now. So this is me. Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us why you left your previous company, Dheeraj? What was the reason?
So the reason was simply I was looking for better opportunity, and in terms of better opportunity, I was looking for new roles and responsibilities. Because in
Mm-hmm.
my previous organization, I was working in a limited, technologies terms. So if you talk about tools and all, actually we are in a DevOps field where we work on tools. We work on automation of existing processes. So in my previous company, the scope was too limited. So I want to explore more in the tools or in the technology wise. So I started looking for new jobs, and I found a solution architect position which suits better for my requirements at that time. So I joined this company.
So are you getting sufficient upskilling opportunities in your present company?
In my current organization, in which project I'm working, so this project is going to be over in next 6 months. So, like whatever I want to learn, I've learned from this project. Like basically, we are working on Kubernetes, and we are working on containerization of applications. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever I wanted to learn, I've learned enough in this project. Now I am looking for a new roles and new responsibilities now, or you
Okay.
can say because technology is evolving day by day, right? So it's new AI and new things are coming up, so I wanted to learn that as well. So that's why I'm looking for new things.
But there is learning new technologies or, especially in this fast evolving technology field, is not a phenomena specific to particular organization. So you can't say like, this organization where learning has stopped now. So the same situation you may come across with us also in State Bank of India. How do you handle
Mhm.
that?
So simply, if I'm satisfied with the current organization in terms of there are multiple factors for me to stay in an organization. Like there should be a simple. If you talk about work-life balance, there should be there, and if you talk about technology-wise, also if the project is established, right? If we got to know that this project is going to last like a lot of time for from now onwards, and if this project is got established and now we just want to monitor or introduce new things or just want to handle the team, so that will be a better situation for me.
So what do you understand actually by work-life balance?
Work-life balance, there should be simple. If you talk about work-life balance, then for me it should be a family time as well, for personal time as well, and the office time as well. So there should be a balance between these three things.
So you believe in quantity of time or quality of times to be
Quality
spent
of
with
time.
family?
Quality of time,
And who
obviously.
will decide that quality that you will only, I think, do?
Yeah, for me, I will.
Okay, so Dheeraj, how good are you in time management?
So in my current organization, I'm working as a solution architect. So in my current team, under my guidance, there are 8 members, and two project managers are also there. So we are handling big team. We are handling around 11 peoples now. One more people has joined for a small task. So we are continuously sitting with the end customers and getting their requirements and fulfilling those requirements by sitting with the developers, by sitting with the network teams, and by sitting with the security team. So we all establish the fixed timelines, and we work accordingly, according to the timelines whatever we decided earlier. So we do multiple POCs for before going to production in the development field. So we got to know the actual time, actual things, whatever we are going to live in the production, we are going to do in the live in the production. So we will get to know before the deployment, the like this thing will take this much time. If any things, if anything got messed up, then we will align more resources into that. So there are like in my current team, we are having two resources in spare. So whenever any requirement comes, any delay is happening with the end customer's requirement, then we will align those guys, and accordingly we will manage the shifts and all.
Mm. Okay, I give you a small situation here. Let's
Hmm.
say your kid is having some school function where he's asking you to join, as a parent. And at the same time, there is some kind of troubleshooting going on in your office. You can't escape from that, and it is very important. Your presence is very important in the office.
Hmm.
So your team members also have their own requirements, their own exigencies, and you can't delegate also the activities to them. So in these kind of situations, how you handle family requirements versus office priorities? What do you do?
So if there is a case, according to me, like if there is a case where I cannot delegate my work to some other member in the team, then I'll go for it, because in the family function I can ask my wife or I can ask my parents to join, and so that can they can handle that school things, and they let us know like what is happening there. Or after meeting, I can have a like a virtual call with the teacher and a virtual call with the uh, principals, or if it is possible, then we can have a meeting in next day or by later that week, so we can manage that kind of thing.
And how do you convince the crying baby kid?
Yeah, that's a pretty difficult thing. I just
That
became
that was
father,
that
so
was the only point, that was the only thing. Hmm.
I just
How do
became
you handle
father
that?
3.5 months back. So
Hmm.
I'm also learning new things day by day, how to make laugh my baby. So if she is suffering from like anything, like I will try to entertain her in many ways. I'll do my best, because I cannot see baby crying for a long time. Definitely.
Okay, you must have heard founder of Infosys Narayan Murthy saying that
Yes.
there should be 70 hours of work in India if you want to chase countries like China, and we were to
Yes.
develop and grow. What is your opinion on that?
So according to my opinion, if yeah, working hours, if we can discuss, like in my current organization, we work really hard. We work like 9 hours is my job, but we can go till 11 hours, 12 hours. So sometimes
Hmm.
things are pretty messed up, and we have to sit and we have to troubleshoot with other team members as well.
Hmm.
So that those meetings can go higher and higher. Like it depends on the circumstances where we have got stuck, and technology wise or in any terms. So meetings can go higher in hours, but definitely there should be a bandwidth, right? So men can sleep well, men can work properly, because without enough sleep, no one can, like according to me, no one can like concentrate that much, right, in their work. So sleep is important. So according to me, the higher, the working hours, if we talk about 70 days per working hour, so if there are 5 working days, so it will take around 14 hours per day. So 14 hours, if we spend 14 hours in office, then if we talk about like 1 hour to go office and 1 hour to return from office to home, so it will take up to 16 hours, and there will be only 8 hours left. So 8 hours left, I need to take 5 hours sleep or 6 hours sleep. 6 hours sleep is must, right? So it is not possible, or it is not feasible to spend 70 hours per week, but we can definitely segregate into quarterly or half yearly. So if there is a shift, then we can manage in such a way that this person has to work in this hours, has to work in this hour. So we can bring in more resources, head resources, and we can align into the shifts accordingly. So if there is a work which will take 15 hours, then we can manage resources in such a way that two persons are continuously working. So such with these of like suggestions, these working hours can be lesser than 70 hours.
Mm. Okay, can you cite any example on the basis of your previous job experiences where
Mhm.
you have done really effective troubleshooting in some kind of critical, breakdowns which came across your work or in your team? Have you done that?
Yes, yes, definitely. So last week only, like we were in a there was an application which was banking application only. So we are handling with African, Australian, and some European banking applications. So we are processing their data. So we are like making arrangements in such a way that application should not get down. So application there were some points where this application got cracked up because we have used multiple tools, and multiple tools sometimes can make you worry as well, because some tools, if any one tool got stopped, then entire CI/CD pipeline will get stuck. So there was a point where we are using authentic tool to authentic the users, end users. So that authentic tool was not working, and it was giving some errors. So that took us a lot of time to troubleshoot. So that was around 4 hours. So troubleshooting, continuously troubleshooting with the authentic OEMs as well. So they joined in US time. So we sit in US time zone as well.
Mm.
So that was pretty difficult situation for us to handle out, because that at that time application was not working as expected. So we have done like we have created authentic setup in such a way that if one setup is not working, then another setup will be working. So like that we manage that situation, and we troubleshoot that. It was working fine.
Okay, suppose you are neck deep into some important critical activity along with your team, and one very crucial member of your team in the morning drops you a message that because of ill health he cannot join the teamwork today, and he
Yes.
cannot come. How do you handle these situations?
So these kind of situation comes very often, right? Like anybody can fall sick, and he can not join the office. So we
Mm,
have found a resolution for that. So we have done arrangements in the team in such a way कि if someone is working in a particular role, so there will be a one person who can back him up, right? He'll be taking the KT sessions from him on the regular basis. If
mm,
he's working for 7 days, then
mm,
on the next week starting onwards, he'll be taking the KT sessions. We will be arranging half an hour or 1 hour meeting with the person who is handling one job. So he'll be
mm,
providing the KT sessions to other people. So in my current team, we all have some like some till some extent we have knowledge of others people as well. So if
mm,
some people is not joining at that day, then other people can definitely work from it.
mm,
So we have
okay,
make yeah.
okay. Dheeraj, what is more important for you and more critical for you, security or performance?
Security of system you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about the technology only. So security of the system or the performance of the system,
So
and can
both
be
of
any device.
both of these are very critical. So if you talk about criticality in security, so security criticality is the like most obvious thing. We need to secure our system because all of the data, all of the user data, all of the company's data are present in that system. So security is also like critical factor for that, and performance is also critical, because if performance goes down, then there will be multiple factors which will be hampered by that performance, lagging systems. So the application won't work properly. The end user won't get their data at the respective time whenever they are requesting. So these both of these situations are critical for the systems.
Okay, can you tell us some regulatory or compliance requirements in network design process?
Network compliance is, so that's what I need to read about.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever dealt with the vendors or suppliers in any kind of procurement in your company?
Yeah, definitely. So in my current organization, we do POCs on regular basis for other tools. So if
Okay.
any tool is working for us, then we definitely go for the better tool. So for that, we do set up meetings with the vendors, and we do POCs in our development environment. So if everything goes perfect, then we go for the procurement, and we go for the enterprise licenses for the tools. So after getting the enterprises license, we do deploy those tools in our environment, and we include those tools in our complete pipelines.
Hmm. Okay, what is your perspective on quality and cost? How these two things are related?
Yes. So in current market now, quality and cost. So just hold a second. Can I take two? Might take 2 seconds to think about.
Yeah, think over it.
Yeah, so there are particular fields wherever, like any, if there is any tool, we are thinking about to procure that tool. So there are particular sectors or particular factors you can think of, particular functionality we are looking for. Okay, so if the tool is not providing those functionality, then quality of the tool will be lesser than other tool, right? And the cost factor is also important, because there will be a particular fixed budget for any pipeline or any project. So that
Hmm.
cost should be not more than that budget, because there are multiple things we need to take care about of any if we talk about any project, then there are multiple tools or multiple things we need to take care about. So we need to measure all the cost of each and everything. So if the cost is going upwards for like if you are talking about any particular tool, so just 2 days or 3 days back, we had a meeting with the vendor for one of the tool. So we discussed about the cost and all. So cost according to API, according to the end customer. So the cost negotiation is also happens in our organization, but that is done by other people's. So that is also a very important thing.
Okay. Okay, Dheeraj, let me give you the input now on the basis of what we discussed.
Yes.
Uh, so you work in two organizations. So you mentioned that in the introduction, and yeah, I believe you can end your introduction at a point where you want next question to be asked. So you have to pull into in particular direction. Think what should be the script of your introduction. You have to write a script of your introduction on your page, and that should be very nicely written script, because the purpose of the introduction is that we pull the interview in our direction. I mean, the direction in which we want the discussion to go on. Let us say if you want the discussion to go in the direction of your present job, in which you are very confident and you want them to discuss with you that. So you should end your introduction there mentioning couple of things about your present job, which you are sure they are going to discuss because that matches their interest also. That part was missing in your introduction. Make sure you don't mention anything without any reason in the introduction. Every word should be very meticulously chosen. Suppose you find that there is no need to mention your previous job experience in introduction because that is not relevant for this job. You should avoid that, because time is very very crucial in the interview and you can't waste it. And your introduction has to be 1 minute, because you should give more chance to the panel or the interviewer to ask you question rather than you are taking more time to answer. That should not be there. So write your introduction and the last line should be very meticulously written so that you are sure that next question they are going to ask you is this. वो यहीं से पूछेंगे. Second was like why you left your first job. That you were saying okay, you wanted to grow or something. Growth should be very well defined. Though you did that also. You said that I wanted to upskill myself, but see, never blame organization for your lack of learning. They don't take it positively. It can't be like this organization my learning stopped because you know I could not learn more in this organization. There has to be different things, like you wanted to work in a different profile, though this organization was find some moment to appreciate your previous employer and your present employer also, in one way or the other. At presently it's very good and I have learned a lot in this particular field. Give example, this specific field I learned a lot, in fact, from my present boss, sir. He's authority in his field and I learned a lot from him. But at the same time, I'm looking for opportunities to work in this field, which as of now I'm getting less in my organization, and that is my purely interest. And I also see there is a huge growth opportunity in this particular field in next coming of years. सो आई एम लुकिंग फॉर दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी इन स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया। तो एक रीजन है मैं स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया की तरफ आना चाह रहा हूँ। मेरी प्रीवियस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में मैंने बहुत कुछ सीखा है। Plus, you can't avoid the fact that State Bank of India is a public sector, and those who are aspiring to join public sector, they have some kind of, uh, reason, social motive to be in public sector. Public sectors are the best employer, and they give you a unique kind of social prestige in India, and growth opportunities are there. You get to work in a very big team. You become part of a very big organization, and you get to work with the best of the minds in the market. So there are the reason why SBI they want to listen that why SBI. So be very specific in that. Never mention work. You will not be in position to justify that. And in fact, yesterday we recorded one panel discussion on HR. In that we have mentioned that job security and work life balance. Never mention it. क्योंकि
Okay.
आप खुद जो मैं 9-10 घंटे जॉब कर रहा हूँ, तो वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस का जो कंसेप्ट इंडिया में है ना, वो टाइम से मैटर कर वो करता है। एक्चुअली टाइम से कंसेप्ट नहीं है, वो क्वालिटी ऑफ टाइम विच यू स्पेंड विद द फैमिली दैट इज फार मोर इंपॉर्टेंट देन क्वांटिटी ऑफ द टाइम। एंड धीरज एज यू गो अप इन द हायरार्की आपके पास टाइम फैमिली के लिए कम होता जाएगा, बिकॉज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विल टेक मोर टाइम फ्रॉम यू। योर डायरेक्टर यू से CMD of SBI, maybe that gentleman is not even spending 15 days with his family in a month because he is to shuttle here and there and all, right? सो वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस जो है ना, वो एक कंसेप्ट सही है, मैं अंडरस्टैंड करता हूँ कि होना चाहिए, लेकिन वो डिफाइन नहीं कर पाओगे आप उतने लिमिटेड टाइम में, इसलिए अवॉइड करना इन टर्म्स। आई फाउंड समटाइम यू आर आंसरिंग अ लॉन्ग, गिविंग अ वेरी लॉन्ग आंसर। अगेन आप उनका टाइम खा रहे हो, इंटरव्यूअर का टाइम खा रहे हो। ट्राई ये करना कि आप उनसे ज्यादा क्वेश्चन पूछवाओ। वो इंटरव्यू अच्छा होता है जिसमें दे आस्क यू मोर क्वेश्चंस and your every answer is giving them another question, your every answer is giving them another question. That is the best, uh, game you
इंट्रोडक्शन में मेरे को क्या मेंशन करना चाहिए, जैसे मेरी करंट प्रोफाइल, मेरा प्रीवियस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, स्कूलिंग, कॉलेज, क्या
आपको
मेंशन करना
आपको
चाहिए?
इंट्रोडक्शन में हमने वो उस वीडियो में बताया भी है। इंट्रोडक्शन में मैं सर यहाँ से बिलोंग करता हूँ, मेरी क्वालिफिकेशन यहाँ से हुई है, उसके बाद मैंने जॉब ज्वाइन कर लिया था, तो मैंने 2.5 साल इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में लगाया। प्रेजेंटली मैं इस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हूँ सर, और प्रेजेंटली मैं ये चीज सीख रहा हूँ। अब वो जो लास्ट लाइन बोलनी है, वो जो उनको SBI को चाहिए वो बोलना है,
हम्म।
और जो SBI को चाहिए उन्होंने बहुत डिटेल में रोल्स एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज दिया हुआ है। तो जो SBI को चाहिए वो तुम मेंशन करो लास्ट में, तो उनको इंटरेस्ट आएगा। देखो उनको कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है आपकी फैमिली में, उनको कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है आपकी बैकग्राउंड में भी, लेकिन थोड़ा सा कर्टियसली हमें बताना पड़ता है कि आई बिलोंग टू दिस पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया एंड I've done graduation of this thing in I'm from this background. You may be computer guy, you may be IT guy, you may be electronics guy. So which background you are from, and then which organization you work, they will be interested in that, and the most interested अभी आप क्या कर रहे हैं। तो इंट्रोडक्शन को वैसे लेके जाओ, लीस्ट इंटरेस्टेड फॉर देम टू मोस्ट इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग। इंट्रोडक्शन ऐसे लेके जाओ।